Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. And looks like no moon tonight. Anyway, don't forget, today was cut the grass day, and I should rename it What Broke on the Murray Wide Body Tractor Today Day, because it seems like every time this thing goes out it ends up coming back with something broken. I could imagine if your typical homeowner owned this thing, they would really be cranky with it. Anyway, you guys know it was a free tractor. My buddy gave it to me because he couldn't get it to move. So, well, that's interesting. I got stuff falling off all over the place here. Anyway, there should be a pin or something through that. So it was a free tractor. It started without too much trouble, so I'm like, oh, homie's got it beat. I put it into gear, and it moved really pretty good. Then I engaged the blades, and the whole tractor stopped moving. So after spending a little time on it, I figured out the problem was the main pulley was stripped. There's a keyway in there that was stripped. So I pulled that off, replaced the main pulley with one from the Hoard. I had to come up with a set of front tires because he took both front tires for his, because he had to replace his tires on his Sears. So I dug up a pair of front tires from the Hoard, and I bought it a nice new battery. Right. So started up, cut the grass, took it out, hit something with it, bent the blade, and screwed up the I guess I'm going to call it the adapter. So I bought the adapter, put a new blade on it, and a new pulley. And then last week, I have slime in the front tires, and for some reason one of the front tires slipped off the wheel, so I had to put it back on and re-slime it. And this week, it ate a belt. Not sure why it ate the belt, but it ate the belt. So, this thing is pesty. I imagine if your typical homeowner owned it, he probably would have put a match to it by now, because each time something goes into the shop around here, I mean, a belt, I don't know, what are they, 30, 40 bucks, 40 bucks, call it. But the fact that you have to get it to the shop, you either have to own a truck and put it on the truck, or you got to call the shop and have them come after it. So, you know, a $50 belt, let's say, or a $40 belt suddenly starts costing you somewhere around 200 bucks. The front tire acting up, right? If you pull it off yourself and bring it someplace, it's probably something like a $20 experience. Well, maybe 30 if they put a tube in it. If once again they haul it away, you know, it's going to be over 100. So each one of those, that deck work where I had to put a new spindle adapter on it, and a new pulley. Right, not big dollars, but you know, once again, if they got to come pick it up and bring it back again, that somebody, if they were paying the local dealer to come pick it up and bring it back and forth, they'd have several $100 in that thing, and they'd be giving up on it, which is how my buddy Charlie ended up with it. It turns out a buddy of his owned a service station, and somebody brought it into the service station, or he had the guy pick it up to fix it, and the guy fixed it and gave the original owner the bill, who said, homie ain't paying that much to get that piece of crap back, and let the guy keep it. Then my buddy Charlie bought it from him, and then once my buddy Charlie had it, he had to put front tires on it, and on and on and on, and he gave up on it, which is how I got it for free. And now it seems to want to be pesty to me also. Anyway, other than cutting the grass, I put a tube in the front tire. There was no tube in here. It was tubeless, and it was leaking out that crack. But I mean, it seems to look okay. I decided to stick with the 3 OEM tires because I don't know, that's the most original. And if I don't keep this tire on here, I'm not going to save it to put it on something else. I'm just going to throw it away. So anyway, it's up on all 3. It's back to being a roller, which is always a good thing. I pulled the carburetor off of this thing. No big deal, except the slide was stuck. Right? You guys know the slide thing here. So I sprayed it with WD-40. Waited a few minutes, sprayed it again, waited a few more minutes, and then you're able to kind of get into the back of the carburetor with a small screwdriver and work at it, kind of get under it and work it up. Once it gets up a little bit, then you could go in the front of the carburetor and do the same thing. And I worked on it, and it looks like I got it free. And the nice thing is, the cable's still good, the slide's still good. I didn't lose anything there. This bike must have lived inside its entire life because there's really nothing rusty on it. I was able to take these bolts off, no problem. That bolt off, no problem. All this apart, no problem. And even the carburetor came apart, really no problem. If it had been rained on a whole bunch of times, I'm sure it would have given me more trouble. Where am I? I'm about 6-7 minutes into this video. I've been specifically asked to do a video on rebuilding a carburetor for a 110. I mean, these carburetors are almost all exactly the same. Well, the technique you're going to use is exactly the same. But what I'll do is on the next video, I don't know if I'm going to post it up tonight or not, but on the next video, I'll do a rebuild on that carburetor. So, stuff is moving along. I guess, I don't know what, this carburetor, I remember it being crispy, but I don't remember if somebody, oops, no, I don't think somebody already coated it. Nah. I don't think somebody already coated it. I think it's just crispy. So I think I'm going to do a couple of videos on restoring gas tanks, because that gas tank needs some love, and this gas tank, well, that gas tank needs some love for the 200X. So probably I'll put a little time into that. And guys, I've looked at a few videos on restoring gas tanks, and it seems that you all like to use the vinegar, and there's 2 gallons of vinegar in there. And so I'm going to use the vinegar to clean up, to etch the gas tanks, to get the rust out of them. And it appears, I've seen people use handful of gravel, then I've seen people use bolts. I like the idea of using a bolt better than gravel. Seems to me if you throw rocks in there, you can end up with silt washing off the rocks and then kind of not getting out of the gas tank. Though the sealer should stick it all up to the walls, but even with that, I think I'm going to use bolts. And I guess you put the vinegar in the gas tank and the bolts, and shake the hell out of it, and let it sit, and put cleaner vinegar in there with the bolts, and shake the hell out of it, and let it sit again, and do it a few times until you're satisfied that you got most of the rust out, or you're getting as much rust as you're going to get out. And then you dry it up really well. I've seen people put heat guns into the mouth of the gas tank and dry them that way, or blow them out with air, or all the above. So you dry the gas tank really, really well. I'm going to use red coat, and I'll show you that when I get to it. It hasn't arrived yet. But I'm going to use red coat to coat them. Over the years, I've seen gas tanks coated with various things. I've I've seen the red coat type stuff. That stuff has a tendency to stay almost like silicone like rubbery, even after you have gas in it and everything else. And then I've seen more of the ceramic type stuff. As a matter of fact, this gas tank, was coated. You guys could see the stuff he has in here. This is more, that's more ceramic-y. I really don't like the way that is, but whatever. So I'm trying red coat. If you guys let me know what you think of it, I'll probably watch a few more videos. Seems that if you watch several videos on a topic, that you kind of say, oh, that's good, that's bad, I probably wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, you know, and you kind of adopt hopefully all the good ideas from some videos, and you kind of reject some of the bad ideas from other videos, and you do it in such a way that will work for you. So anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.